BassResinator here. Okay, what's going on here? Let me explain. I had a guy called me up and said, hey, can you make something similar to the T-Mobile T? He says he wants it as a nightlight type of thing, or on his nightstand. So I said, do you want it in like a stand-up T, or do you want it like in a coaster? And he goes, how about both? So this is the one that's going to go in a coaster. And I'm going to use Laura's Art Corner Pink Rose Shimmer. And I have part B in here already, and I will mix that up. So that's going to be for the coaster. It's going to go, this will go into a thick coaster. Okay. This bigger T is going to be a stand-up T. And this is the base for this type of an LED lamp. So the thing will go in there, and then that will sit on top of it, and I'll hook them together after I get it going. But the base is going to have this hot pink glow in the dark. See, T-Mobile, their colors are pink. So for this T here, I'm going to bling it out with a lot of this blush glitter from Let's Resin. I don't know if you can get this kind of glitter anymore. They've got this opal glitter now, but that said, I haven't seen available. Plus, mixing it in with fuchsia. So I'm not mixing, I'm using the fast cure or the quick cure, 1 hour cure from Promise Epoxy. So there's no way I'm going to have time to mix up, come on, I need that stick, for me to mix up all three at once and then start pouring and doing different things. They'll flash cure on me. It's hot in this room. It's 80 degrees, which is 27, and it's 50% humidity in this room. Outside it's raining, so the humidity is even higher. It was higher this morning. But with the AC, the central air conditioning, it takes some of that moisture out, but not all of it. So, yeah. Well, that's a pretty color, huh? I want this to be, because the T-Mobile thing, the T is white and then pink all around it. Well, the T is going to be pink with white around it in the whatever I'm calling it, the coaster. Gee whiz. Oh, and in the coaster part, I'm going to use this Wedding Bliss, which has flakes of pink and white and silver. Yeah. Laura's Art Corner for the win. So I'm only doing this one right now. I'm going to mix in the part A. And this puppy will seize up fast. And it's real thin as far as a quick cure resin goes. It's 1-to-1. I've got marks on the side where I'm looking. And this is going to be way too much, so I need to find something I can put that into. And I'm also going to get my, sorry about that, glue, Elmer's glue. Now I'm scraping the sides as I'm stirring, and I'm turning the pot. Okay. Now, put a couple drops of this Elmer's glue in there. So that stuff doesn't sink. It might not sink. It's very, very small particles, but I just want to be on the safe side. You know what I'm saying there? Yeah. And that's all it takes for this to get mixed up. If I had it clear without any additives, you would see what I'm talking about. It mixes very quickly, which is kind of nice. And I'm going to bring that out just to be on the safe side, just to show you. I just mixed it up. And that just is going up, up, up. It's already 88. Okay. Now I need to go around real quick like. Make sure there's no bubbles on the edge. Even though this is going to go in a coaster, I'd rather have no bubbles. And I gotta work quick. Quickly. Use an adverb, Tim. Adverb. Now this is 3/4 of an inch thick. I don't want to go completely, because I have some coaster molds that are 1/2 inch thick. So if I go just at that, boy, that's a pretty substance there, Laura. And I still mixed up way too much. Ta-da. The Resin crystal turtle ought to look amazing with this shimmery stuff in it. And I still have more. Okay. Get a carp or two. mixed up a bunch. Overestimated. Like my sister-in-law, she's from Chile. And she speaks Spanish. That's I have no problem with that. But she had this phrase when she was dating my brother. We went very crazy thing. We went to a company picnic. His company was having a picnic in San Antonio. Now this is starting to thicken up already. And we went up there, and that's when I found out I was allergic to fire ants. 'Cause at the picnic, we were playing a softball game, and I was sitting down at a tree trying to stay somewhat cool because it was hot, of course. And on the other side of the tree were a bunch of fire ants, and they proceeded to munch upon my head and all over my body, and I reacted very badly. Had to go to the emergency room and everything. It's kind of embarrassing. But then on the way home, because the town that we were living in was 150 miles away. So we stopped at this restaurant. She loved strawberries and strawberry shortcake. So she goes, she started going through, we went through a cafeteria type of thing. And after a little bit, she goes, my eyes were bigger than my stomach. And my eyes were bigger than what I had here. Now, maybe this mat got trashed by a mold. This is going to be way too much for that. Oh, why did I put this away? I need to get it out again. Okay, I'll come back to you after I mix up this resin. Okay, I mixed up the hot pink glow in the dark and I'm going to go around with the with this dotting tool. I'm going to put some of this over in this other tea. Just so we have a little bit of glow in the dark in it as well. And then in this shell, Okay, and I'll come back to you when it's time to pour this next one. Okay, got this mixed up. And I decided, since I'm going glow in the dark on these other ones too, I'll put a little bit of glow in the dark glitter in this. So this is that fuchsia mica with blush glitter and glow in the dark hot pink glitter. And we come up with this. Isn't that pretty? Well, I mixed up the right amount for this. Sure messed up on the others. Way over calculated, I should say. Okay, now don't have to wait very long because this is 1 hour cure. I may mix up a little bit more and put in there. Okay, see you for the unmolding. Well, those things all cured up and I pulled them out of the molds. And here's that big T, and he's on the base. I don't have a plug in here for USB to turn it on, but I will get pictures of it out in another room. But I had enough for a shell. Well, I had to make a little bit more on the bottom. Had enough for this ammonite, 2 koi or carp, a little inter-resin turtle, and this. Now, and I stuck this down with UV resin on top of that light holder. Now I'm going to use some of this wedding bliss and put in around this. So let me get the resin mixed up. Okay, I mixed up Bondcrafter 1:1 art coat, and I put in the wedding blues. Now I put in a lot of glue too because I didn't want those wedding things to sink. I put a little bit of the clear around the edges to work out the bubbles while I could see them, because I knew once I got this in I wouldn't be able to see very well. But this is the consistency of gloop. Don't know what that is. Find a very young kid with a cold. This is 5 ounces. And I don't know if I'll get all the way up to the edge. If not, I will put on a little bit of clear after this cures. Or I could ask the gentleman if he wants it like this, or he wants it completely smooth all the way across. But there we go. Gloop City. And all of the, not this mold, but all of the things that I have made that have this color pink in them, glow in the dark. So yeah, so right there in the middle, let me turn off some lights so you can see. I'm gonna have to get the overhead light off too. I don't know if you can see this, but this glows really good. Whoop, you can't see it. Dun, dun, dun. Trying to get it where that cable doesn't get in. That would be bad. So this tee definitely glows. This shell has glow ability. And this guy has got it right down the middle. But let me go turn off the overhead light and see if you can see it. You can see a little bit of it. There you go. Cool, huh? Well, I will see you when it's time to unmold. Now I'm going to ask the gentleman if he wants it completely smooth. If so, that's fine. If not, I will leave it all the way up to that edge. Okay, we'll see you for the demold. Here is the lamp plugged in. Now turning it on. Ta-da! Let me turn the room light off and you'll be able to see it. And so there is the lamp. Now let's turn the lamp off and watch it glow. Whoa! Now there's glow in the dark all the way up. But it's really bright down here at the bottom where that light has its focal point. Yeah. So, and I have used this glow-in-the-dark powder and glow-in-the-dark glitter before, and it'll glow all night. In fact, one night I came out, the lights went out, and the power went out, and I came out from the back room, and I thought, what is that? Because there had been no lights on in the room where my stuff was, and all of my stuff that had glow-in-the-dark powder in it was glowing brightly, and it had been glowing for 4 hours. So yeah, so this will glow. It'll eventually get dimmer, but it'll glow. So yeah, T-Mobile T. Can you give me a T? T! Can you give me another T? T-Mobile.